Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Yes. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. Down a little bit this morning. I've taken 5 trades actually, and the first 3 lost, and then the next 2 won. The first 2 trades, no, let me not lie. The first trade was before the 8:45 high impact news. The second one was 3 minutes after. The third one was 6 minutes after. And then I took the last 2 trades at 8:54 and 8:57. So we're here. Really not anything to mitigate at this point. I don't think it's any rules that I need to look over. I just think that's just the way the cookie crumbled this morning. But it's really weird because yesterday I spent time, I guess you could say back testing, but really just going through the trades from last week and then this week so far with the with all of the adjustments that I've made since last Monday. Since Monday is when I started using this particular Renko setting. And yeah, the results are crazy. Like, there's not very many losses just even on a week to week basis. So if, like, I can tell you that between last week and this week so far, there were no days that I would lose 3 trades in a day. None. Most of the days should be 0, 1, and you have an occasional 2 here and there. So it could be something where in the future I'll have to try to look something over to mitigate it. But in this moment, I think I'm okay. If I have a day every couple weeks where I lose more than 1 or 2 trades in a day, I can deal with it. I can. Good morning, Rio. You were trying to open? Is there a particular way you were trying to trade it, like a opening range where you like put limit orders on each side of the range and whichever way it goes, it goes? I know there are some people who trade it like that. Or were you trading your regular strategy just around the open? And I am very tired, so I probably am going to yawn 1,000 times between now and 11 o'clock. I legit fell asleep, woke up like an hour and a half later because I thought that my phone was ringing. I don't know why. And when I woke up, I was just wide awake. It was just like a regular nap versus like, and I was extremely tired when I went to sleep too, which is what made it worse because I just knew I was going to get me some good sleep. So I kind of have a couple of things like bothering me mentally. So, I called my best friend, and thankfully he's a truck driver, so he was up super early. And I talked on the phone with him for like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I didn't really go back to sleep until, I don't know, maybe like 5 something, maybe 6. So I'm pretty tired. But it's all good. We're here. We're here for the moment. That's what matters most. Good morning, T-Money. How are you? Good morning. I'm ready for it to be a nap morning, okay? Because I had so many plans today. I am going to sleep. Because I know with what's bothering me, plus not getting sleep, I'm going to be very irritable if I don't take a nap. So I'm going to take a nap. You was looking at volume spikes and ABCD patterns, and you found one at 946. Okay. Okay. I love to see it. Why the hell did I just push that button? Love to see it. Yeah, what I'm hoping is that let's see, 300. I don't like that one. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get enough trades in today and tomorrow for me to have like a good grasp on, because yeah, it's one thing to look at the results that you have with only the trades that you take, and then it's another thing to, you know, go back and like, all right, we got to make these adjustments. Now let's go back and see what things would have been like if I traded with only, you know, the way that this, you know, the new rules are and all of that. And it's great to be able to look back like, okay, we've refined it enough to where this is what the results should be. But I want to get enough trades in today and tomorrow to be able to really put everything to the test to see if what I have is truly the final version, which I kind of feel like there's probably like one or two more minor, very minor adjustments I'll have to make. Very minor. So we'll see how that works out. We really need to get back out of this overnight range. The overnight range was only, what is this? Like 19 points. So we need to get out of here. Because for as long as we stay in there, it's definitely going to consolidate. But yeah, I can tell you guys that this week has been a slow week, period. Because when I went back yesterday and I wrote down literally all of the trades, all of the valid trades per my rules now, it took up one full page for the trades from last week. And then it was a total of 99 trades. All right. And then this week, if I don't count today, so just Monday through Wednesday, so far there were only 22 trades. So that kind of gives you a good grasp. Now, I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and I was just saying, like, you know, to see that big of a difference, that lets me know that, like, okay, hold on, y'all, hold down. 300. Oh, that was a pretty significant lag there. Come on. I was so close to losing that one account earlier. I'm going to get ticked out. Watch. That'll fucking piss me off. 480. Okay, well, if it doesn't tick me out, then I'll be happier. But yeah, I was so close to losing that account earlier. Bro, that's annoying. I do know one thing that I might end up changing with that particular trade though, because I was looking at that particular one last night. But anyway, So yeah, 99 trades last week, only 22 so far this week. So it's just not, it was just a low volatility and low volume week, which made sense with FOMC. But what I am happy about is that, well, besides today, the win-loss ratio was pretty consistent. So that's good. And you know what? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. That's a very weird trade. I won't take that. I actually want to see something. Huh. Damn, I forgot. I lost my pen yesterday. And I need to buy new ones. I have a theory. When I say minor adjustments, like that trade that I just took. So, the overall trend bias right now is a downtrend, right? So this was just a larger pullback to the area that changes it to an uptrend, and we have a sell. Now, my minor trend changed biases twice. It changed from an uptrend to a downtrend here, then from a downtrend to an uptrend there. Now, when I am trading like complete counter trend, meaning the overall bias is a sell and I'm going for a buy, I don't allow my minor bias to change twice and me enter the trade. Okay. I don't allow that to happen. It can only change once. Now, when my overall bias is in the same direction of the larger pullback for the divergence, I've allowed it to change twice. But I think that I'm going to stop, because now with some of the adjustments that I've made, like when I'm going through the back test right now, I don't have any more of those trades left where the bias changed multiple times, because I'm trading a little bit different now. So what I'm probably going to have to do is go through my back test a little bit and go through and look at that. The one in my notebook, not the one in Excel. And then I'll be able to tell for sure. I'll be able to tell. So we'll see. But I'm pretty sure that that's probably going to be a thing. Sleep sounds good. You're doing well. Hoping for this AM session has the high of the week so I could take trades toward the downside to rebalance some price. Okay, so you looking for sales. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? How are thee? Oh yeah, that's pretty weird. But yeah, I think of all the losses that I've taken so far today, I think that's the only one that can be mitigated. I think the rest are just, it is what it is. Just is what it is. For me, I'm not trying to mitigate every single loss. I don't have a desire to have a perfect strategy. I don't think any strategy can be 100% perfect, but if something is going to prove to be an issue consistently, well then we need to figure out a rule to mitigate it. because there should be no losses for no reason. I'm gonna go, and I'm pretty sure I remember I have not written down anywhere where the actually, well, no, that one doesn't count. That's not the same setup. Yeah, that's legit the only thing. All right, so we'll just mitigate that one. That's very easy to do. That should be no problem. We do have natural gas coming up. You're red? Me too. Are you saying red because you see red for me? Because me too. But I definitely... Damn, I need a black pen. I have one, but it's erasable and I don't like it, but... Let's just write this in. Oh, you know what? This would be... All right. We'll do it like that. And that's like such a minor adjustment too. And it's just like I've been telling you guys, sometimes I just go back through the data, and as I'm combing through, I'm looking at stuff completely different. Like it's just something that I didn't even pay attention to, honestly. But then you have a trade where you like, okay, historically this should work out properly, and this just might be a fluke. It just might be something that just didn't work out that time, and that's fine. Or it could be that I completely overlooked like this one particular thing. And for that trade, I just overlooked the fact that legit in my back test so far, and including all the trades from last week and this week, anytime that set up and it won, the minor trend bias did not change twice. It only changed once. So we'll only allow for once, and that'll be even easier for me to remember. Well, it was kind of easy for me to remember anyway, because the number of times I allowed it to change was based on if the divergence was going in the overall trend bias or counter trend. So it was very easy to remember, but now it's even easier to remember. It can only change once no matter what setup it is. It is what it is, and that works. It works for me. Whatever makes things easier and more efficient. You're red. How much we talking? Oh yeah, you guys, I did end up taking a trade on the PA. It wasn't like a real trade. It was just a micro. And I just did that just in case. I still don't really know if I'm going to try to push to reach the payout window for April 1st through 5th, but just in case, I went ahead and I put the one micro trade in to flip it, since you are allowed to flip 20% of your days. So and the account risk manager that I use, there's like this really big button that shows on each account that you have not traded for the day. There's just a button where you can either click it per account, or there's like one at the bottom for total. In all the accounts that you have not traded for the day, you can click one button. It's going to enter you into a micro trade and you're good. So that's just what I did. That way, If I decide to even just take one trade per day on it starting Monday, I will be able to qualify for the April 1st through 5th payout if I reach the profit target, of course. So I just went ahead and did it. No biggie. But it really just kind of depends on today and tomorrow. And how that ends up working out. I told you guys my overall goal is to keep the daily loss less than 250. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I did buy a new copier last night. I did do that. I told you guys I was thinking about possibly doing it because I do use the old version of the Apex copier, which is not available when you go into the desktop assistant. And to be quite honest with you guys, I hear so many people who have issues with that new one, like since the new one came out. And these are all issues that I don't ever deal with on the old version. And I even asked them at one point, I asked the tech guys who are in the moderator chat, I asked them like if they could keep an old version. I said I think that it would be good if you guys could keep an old version on there because not everyone wants to update, and I get the reasons why you guys are updating stuff, but literally the issues that people are having on the newer one, whether it's user error or whether it's just the copier itself, that's not stuff that I deal with on the old copier at all ever. And I think that sometimes people, like sometimes there are features that are added to try to mitigate certain things, but all it does is like make things more complicated for the average person. Like they have some kind of desyncing ability and there's just a bunch of stuff that's causing issues. So because I know that at some point I'm going to have to update my NinjaTrader when I'm ready to go back into a personal account, I'm gonna have to upgrade. I'm also gonna have to pay someone to figure out why the hell my NinjaTrader lags really bad on the newer ones as well. And yeah, I just know that's gonna have to happen. So knowing that, and knowing that I do not want the newer version of that indicator or that trade copier, I was just like, yeah, we're just gonna go buy another one because I'm not putting myself through that. I'm just not. So I bought the one from Affordable Indicators because they have a 40% sale right now. If you go onto his YouTube, he actually just came out with a video like 2 days ago going all over like all of the new stuff that he's added, and it's just better. And he has very high quality indicators. If it was not for his close bar entry order indicator thingy that I use to enter these trades, I would not be able to trade it would be impossible for me to manually enter these trades. And I don't know anyone else who has this particular type of chart trader. And besides the minor issues I had when I first got it, which it took him about 3 weeks to fix, besides that, I've never had any other issues with this thing ever. So, and then, you know, he also owns the accounts dashboard or accounts risk management thing that I show you guys at the end of every stream, showing, you know, my trail and drawdown and all of that stuff. He owns that as well. So he just has high quality stuff. And I'm very hard to impress, but I was very impressed with the changes that he made to the trade copier. He listens to the customers, and that is why his products have transformed the way that they have, because he listens to what the other issues are. Like, I'll tell you, so one of the things that happens on other copiers, and if I'm not mistaken, his copier can be used for Trade-Evate accounts, Trading View accounts, and NinjaTrader. Now I don't know if it's kind of like how Apex and Replicanto is, where you still have to trade it, of course, in NinjaTrader. But if you have TradeOvate accounts and you trade them through NinjaTrader, you'll be able to use his copier. But either way, so one of the things that he's fixed is like some copiers. So let's say that you have a trade, right? And you have 4 contracts on the trade, and you have 2 contracts at 1 TP and 2 contracts at a second TP on your leader account. A lot of copiers, on their copiers, your follower accounts will not they won't mimic the 2 take profit levels when you change. So let's say you have like, all right, 2 and 2, but then you have an account where you want everything to be 3 times. So instead of you being in 4 contracts, you want to be in 12, right? Well, you would want for your 2 take profit levels to also be triple the contracts evened out. Most copiers do not do that. Most copiers will put 1 contract at the 1 TP and 11 at the other. They won't split them evenly 6 and 6. So he's fixed that. He also has a way in there where, like, you know, sometimes people move their stop losses and they're not following their trade plan. You know, it's just, oh, I'm trying to prevent myself from losing. He has like this exit shield in there that prevents you, like, if you move your stop up. So let's say you're in a buy. If you move your stop up, you're good, but you can't move it lower than the initial stop loss because you can't increase your risk. And kind of the same thing with the take profit, where you can continue to move it up if you want to, but you can't move it below where the initial take profit is, because then you would not be following your risk management plan. Like, this guy knows what the hell he's doing. And like I said, I'm impressed. So I bought it because I don't know when he gonna have another 40% sale. So baby, I wanted to take advantage because I know I ain't gonna use this Apex copier forever. So I did. So it typically goes for like $295 and I got it for $175. But yeah, $400 all PAs are probably not going to recover. Ooh. Was this week just a hard week based on how you trade with the low volume and low volatility? Oh, that reminds me. I do need to reach out to him because I know when I went to download it, it was saying that, you know, they recommend that people use it on, well, use its indicators on the most up-to-date NinjaTrader platform. I don't do that. I'm still on 8.026. So, yeah. So I just want to make sure I'm not going to have any issues on this one. So I'm gonna see. I already downloaded it, I think. So I'll probably just play around with it later and test it on some sim accounts or something, just to see. Just to see. And then I'll go from there. You know what? I'm such a cuckoo bird. I'm a real life cuckoo bird. Okay. Something just caught my eye. Why didn't I think of that? Alright, when I get rid of that. Oh, and I get rid of that one. Duh. I can be real slow sometimes. This is why you go through data multiple times, guys. Because what the heck? Why didn't I think of that? I don't know how I didn't think about that. Oh shit. That was 9:30 news, right? It was. How did I not think about that? And I did in my back test. I had a whole column for it. I had a whole freaking column for it. Duh. Like, duh. Why are you so slow? Sorry, guys. I talk to myself sometimes. Because why am I so slow? I've been trying to figure out why the divergence at my major level has just been so trash. And I realized one little component, which that's fine. However, I didn't realize the other part of it. Oh, God. One day, I'm not going to be so slow. Soon and very soon. I'm so slow. Like, legit, it's literally in my face. It's in my face. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I have to look over that. Because I'm just slow. I literally cannot believe I'm that slow. I'm so smart and I can be so slow sometimes. Alright. 7.0. I just can't believe it. Oh my gosh. That is frustrating. Baby, I can't believe I'm so dumb. Oh man. Well, that's gonna change a lot because I've legit just been sitting out of these damn trades and bless me. Just bless me. Because what the heck? Just been sitting out for literally no reason. Well, it was a reason because I saw I was starting to get losses. But I'm just so slow, guys. A lot of different factors. Well, do you have any evals that you're working on or any evals that's passed that you got in the chamber? Y'all, I'm legit kind of mad at myself. I don't think I had any of them set up to. Oh wait, yes I did. My goodness. My freaking goodness. All right. Well, I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm just gonna. What I do wanna go through something though a little later. You see, not that. That's not. But I don't do that. Thankfully, I think I only missed out on one of the times it's set up today. It looks like. Yeah. That's insane. All right. I also was telling my best friend that trades that it's so crazy how things come full circle. When I first started putting this strategy together, in December, late December, let's just say early January, when I started looking at volume, all of the adjustments that I've made, changing Rinko size, then this changes, then that changes, whatever. The basis of just the regular pullbacks, not any of the divergence at all, but the basis of all three of the regular pullbacks that I do, the variations of those, the baseline rules for them at this point, there's a couple of little tweaks in there. Like if the pullback comes all the way back into my minor level versus it not, there's a couple of little minor tweaks that I've made. But the overall foundation of those three is what I've started with. If I can find what journal it was, I know I'm going to be mad at myself, because when I was going through, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it had to have been yesterday. When I was going through and I was just like blindly writing down, I was looking at my journal, looking at all the trades that I wrote down from last week all the way until yesterday. And so, like next to the ones I had question marks where I needed to figure out if I can kind of fit this in or whatever, or if it's truly a valid trade, that kind of thing, I went through and I put X's next to those and put check marks next to the ones that like, okay, we're good. In the midst of that, as I'm going through and I'm looking at my cheat sheet, like remembering the rules to write down, okay, which ones is which, I was like, bro, this is how I started. So you mean to tell me in the last 2 months that I didn't have to go through any of this? What the hell? But it's so crazy. It is so crazy. Now the divergence and stuff, I do trade that a little bit different. A little bit. But aside from that, bro, it's basically the same thing. Basically the same freaking thing. Now I did have to make adjustments to how I trade divergence, which is fine. Actually, the last tweak that I made to that was yesterday. But damn, how did we get back here? Crazy. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you? How are you? Oh, we don't have a zigzag, but we don't have a rule for that anymore. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we could push through this rotation level, because right now I don't have a rule of getting out there. Okay, great. Although I do think that if it pops up while I'm in the trade, I think I do have to get out of that, because I do think that's one of the reasons I lost the trade earlier. That exact thing, and it kind of low-key pissed me off, but you know, whatever. Yeah, but that one was already there. As you can see, it was over there. But had it popped up because of this bar, I think I would have had to not be in that one. could have gotten into that one, but I could tell based off of these two levels that I wasn't going to get filled. And guess what? I wouldn't have gotten filled. Sometimes I just can tell. I can just tell. So hopefully between now and 11 o'clock, I can get a few more trades in to try to get the last little bit of this red out of the way. Because we don't like it. We don't like it at all. Couldn't get into that because the close of it was the exact price of the overnight low. And y'all see we're back in this freaking small ass zone. Why are we even here? We've actually been stuck in here for a while. Like 12 minutes, which is kind of a long time for it to be such a small range. We were in it earlier, we pushed out, now we're back in. Yeah, that wasn't even a thing. I just cannot believe that I am so slow to completely look over the freaking data in front of me. Like, what is going on? I just can't believe it. All right. Well, I am looking forward to these little minor things that I do need to finish a back test for. I'm not going to complete the full back test. It makes no sense to. It's just little small things like my divergence at the major levels, like what it's doing right now. Just minor stuff like that. So that was the first touch to the minor level, right? Because it just moved there around here, because before it was a little bit further up. So it's the first touch. Don't take the first touch. Not if it closes back in the minor zone, which is what it did. And I noticed that that was the problem, but I also noticed that when I did the back test last Sunday, like, what the hell? What, girl, are you slow? I can be sometimes, I guess. Applejacks, have you traded today? If so, how are you doing? So there's a girl here who I'm pretty sure we never like met in person or anything. I met her wife in person because her wife does the charcuterie boards. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I purchased one before for like a little gathering we had at my grandma's house, a little girls' night. But anyway, I don't think that I knew her first via social media. And I knew that she was a trader. I knew that she traded Forex. But of course, with all of the props, the Forex props no longer taking US customers, she has found her way over to futures. So she noticed that I was a mod in the server. So she reached out to me a couple of days ago and, was asking questions. And she was like, I just want to make sure that all of this is legit, which I understand. Coming from Forex, with the way that the Forex props are shutting down, I would proceed with caution as well. I understand. And she was like, is it true that we can get 20 accounts? She was just asking me different questions. And so, I assured her or whatever. So yesterday she came and she asked me some more questions because she has two 50K PAs already and she's working on more. And so she asked me a few more questions and she was just like, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm like, girl, you're not a random person. Like, I know who you are. You could ask me whatever you want. I'd rather you ask me than be confused and get things wrong. So she was asking about the consistency rule and things like that. And so at the end of the conversation, I was like, because she said that she didn't even know what micros was until I think the day before. And she was like, I was definitely over leveraging with minis, but I didn't know any better. And I told her, I was like, I think that you're going to really like being over on this side with futures. Forex is great, don't get me wrong, but I really think you're going to like futures more. She was like, trust me, I could tell already. I'm loving it already. I'm like, yes, good job. But it's nice to see people who I know who have been in the Forex space coming over to futures and enjoying it. It's nice to see. And she also was telling me like that I feel like she said, I do remember that she has passed a Forex prop before, but she was just like, man, this is so much easier and cheaper than the Forex props. And she was like, it was a struggle, like, but with this is just so much easier. And I told her, yes, my child, yes. But I'm excited for her. I truly am. I need to check on my trading buddy because he was up a lot on his accounts and he requested a payout, and in the midst of waiting for the approval, he lost like 7K in one day. His 50Ks were up a lot, and I'm pretty sure that because of how much he lost in that one day, they're probably going to hit him with the consistency rule and he's probably going to have to explain. But hopefully they can see that he just lost a lot that day and not even ask him to explain his strategy or anything, because he was very consistent before then. He just went on tilt, which is normal. But I'm hoping that he gets his payout approved though. I have another trading buddy. She's kind of over Apex, just with different problems that they have. So she's been trading with Top Step accounts. And I need to reach out to her because we haven't talked in a couple of days. For me, when I looked at the only thing I like with other props is I like their back office user interface. Aside from that, rules, payout rules, all that stuff, they can keep it. I'm not interested in any capacity at all. All right, we did just change to an uptrend bias here. No sell. We of course have the middle VWAP level right there, so I'm just looking, and actually I can't take the first buy either, only because this trend started with a lower low, and so to go from a lower low to a higher high to a higher low, it's already like a minor trend change anyway. So when it happens in conjunction with my overall trend bias changing, I don't like taking that first, like that trade, because it proves to not be consistent with the wins. So, and it actually typically loses. So we'll just sit out of that. And so I'm basically waiting on two full swings to happen. The first one, the second one, and then I'll be looking for a possible divergence. Or we might have to wait for the next swing after that for a buy. So we'll see. We do have a speaker speaking at 11. It's low impact, so for me it just means that I'll just stop trading 1 minute earlier than I normally would. That's the only thing that changes. I cannot wait to get back in my bed. I usually down so much more water than I have been, but I know I'm going back to sleep and I want to sleep well and I have to wake up because I gotta use the bathroom. Because I'm looking to nap for a good 3 to 4 hours. For sure. Because I am tired. Alright, let's go to YouTube. Check on the 2 streamers that I watch. I was trying to watch this other streamer the other day. I even tried to look at some of his videos yesterday and I was like, I just can't. I just can't. Mute the site, please. Let's see. He's gotten 42K from Apex this month. 2,500 from Bullinox. He did say he was not trading Top Step ever again. He said Top Step is his least favorite prop. No data to display. Why? Why are you not logged in? Oh, he really is trying not to scalp as much. Very interesting. I'm still waiting on these couple of swings to happen. We did pull back more than I thought we would. I thought we would reject like around the middle of the zone and push up. But we might not be able to support the uptrend bias and we could just reject off the zone and just push back down. Which the next zone to change it back to a downtrend doesn't start until like 632.50 and ends at 626. So it's basically right around the overnight low. Oh yeah, since the market's so slow, let me go. I guess I could text the guy, but I won't bombard his text messages. I'll just reach out to him on the site. Fuck, I don't even remember. When did I purchase that thing? Let's go to members area. Alright, we're trying to push back out of the zone again. Order history. Actually purchased it October and to have a notice in the download section you recommend we use it on 8.1. Any customers to upgrade. All right, that's what I was looking for. Maybe not, maybe so. Well, screw you too. I wanted to take a buy, pull back too far. All right, I haven't been able to upgrade. My charts freeze really bad. I still don't know which indicator. All right, hopefully he's online. If I don't get an answer from him in a certain period of time, I'll just text him. But I try not to abuse the fact that I have people's cell phone numbers. Try to go through the proper channels. Good morning, Truth Seeker. Sorry I've been quiet for a couple of minutes. I was actually messaging the owner of Affordable Indicators because I want to use his trade copier. But I noticed in the back office that he recommends to be on 8.1 version of NinjaTrader, and I have an 8.0 version. So I basically asked him if he knows of anyone who has had any issues with it on 8.0. Which I'll probably just download it and see myself for real, I'm gonna be honest. But I just wanted to know if he knew anyone that had any issues though. Because I just can't upgrade at the moment, unfortunately. Because for whatever reason, my charts freeze really bad on 8.1. I don't know what indicator is causing it to do that, but something is. So, more than likely, I'm probably going to end up having to pay him to figure it out. But I just wanted to know, for my own sake, okay, so that's not the pattern that I'm looking for with that pull back to the major level. I gotta figure out what pattern it is that I'm looking for when it's the first touch, for it to be able to be valid on the first touch. I don't know yet. $312, $662. The Mag 7 is 40% of the NQGs. Goodness gracious. All right, so here's a pullback that is not the first touch, if it even pushes up and clears, if the entry bar clears its level, which it looks like it's trying not to. Look, there goes that weird 10 o'clock volume. Let's see what happens. And it actually cleared that other yellow level, so. But the only reason I didn't take it is because we're at the overnight high. And I'm pretty sure, because I treat the pullback to the major level as it is like to my minor level, I don't take like opposite trades there. If this was a regular divergence trade, fine. But and maybe I don't have to worry about it now. But I basically would be taking a buy at the overnight high, which is backwards, right? So yeah, everything else set up just fine. And if I was up a little bit on the accounts today, I would go ahead and chance it, but we're around in the last hour, so. And I kind of need to go back to make sure that I can do this. So yeah, the problem is price doesn't really give me certain setups at the overnight highs and lows very much. So it's kind of difficult to, and I only back test but so much, y'all. So some stuff you just gotta let it, just see it a couple of times and just go from there, really. Now I'm almost certain. I think that would have just been a break even anyway. Let's see. Oh no, it would have been a full win. Alright, let's see if we can actually break this zone this time, because we resisted off of it with the initial change of bias. But we resisted, came back to the middle point, which is my major level, and we rejected with some good divergence, and now we're pushing up. So let us see what happens from here. I don't really want to take this buy if it sets up, only because we're rejecting off of the top of the zone, which is the major level that changed it to an uptrend, and we pulled back too far anyway, so good. I like when my trades invalidate themselves and I don't have to make decisions. I'm on the East Coast? No, I'm Central. I'm in Missouri. I'm in Missouri. Although the few times I traded when I was visiting on the East Coast was kind of nice. Starting at 9:30 in the morning versus 8:30 spoke to my soul, okay? Because she don't like to be up there early in the morning. I don't. I just deal. You can see we rejected off the level again, and then here's the level to change the bias back to a downtrend. We're back in the overnight range, which is so dumb. So dumb. I'm so glad I color coded this. It's so easy for me to look for certain stuff. I'm trying to look. Alright, at the overnight high, which was a divergence trade, and it broke even. overnight high lows is sell. We're rejecting off the resistance at 624. I was right. I didn't feel comfortable taking that trade because the bottom of that zone that I just removed, well, the line is the bottom, is right there. So taking that trade was super risky because it was likely going to hit the level and reject even if it pushes up. And you could see, literally, I would have gotten stopped out just to go exactly where I knew it was going to go. Everything else in the trade set up perfectly, but we just were too close to that level right there, so I didn't feel comfortable. And most of the time, if I'm taking divergence, so we just changed to a downtrend. If I'm taking that first divergence trade, I typically like for it to clear a lot further because I'm always going to break even there. And because the close of this bar was literally one tick below there, there was no reason for me to even enter it because it would be no way for me to immediately break even. And it's just a pointless break even trade. Super pointless. All right, so let's see what happens here. This is a pretty weak pullback level and area. And sometimes when the very first pullback after a trend change, if that level is weak, a lot of times this is not going to hold and it's just going to push the opposite way. So the zone was here. The first pullback level was here. It was weak. We rejected. Couldn't really, and then we also have this resistance level, which we all know support can become resistance and vice versa. So we rejected here and now we're pushing up off of it. So it's a lot of confluences to, I mean, I wasn't going to take that sell anyway. It didn't follow my rules, but just a lot of confluence to say like, hey, we actually might reject here and just keep pushing, actually push back up. So we'll see. We got 45 minutes left. Besides that pullback that happened to my major level at the overnight, where I would have had to take the buy at the overnight high, I haven't had a valid setup since 8:57 this morning. Yeah. which is actually not that surprising for real, but kind of sort of is a little bit, because what time that trade happened right at 10 o'clock. So I basically went a whole hour with no setups. They say you shouldn't trade volatile markets as a response to people order issues, and at the same time saying illiquidity is the reason stops is not getting filled. I'm gonna stop looking at that chat. Some of the people yesterday, I was getting on them because why are you trading FOMC and thinking that your orders are gonna get hit properly? That was just dumb on their part. But just knowing that there are people who were having issues legitimately, like, and it had nothing to do with FOMC, because yesterday, Trenches, weren't you saying something? It was yesterday, or was it the day before, where you were saying like you couldn't write in the chat anymore because of what you said at 8:56? Was that yesterday? I don't remember. I have bad memory. I'm sorry. But it's like but I will say that some of the people who were having issues yesterday, even outside of FOMC and even with FOMC as well, they do use that desktop app. And I had to go in there and tell them, like, hey, I'm a little late to the chat, but I just want y'all to know that I know people who trade with Tradivate, and they say that app is very laggy and they have issues with it. So that could contribute to the problems that you have, because some of the people that were complaining, they did admit that they used the desktop app versus the web version. And one of the senior mods, Thang, he's a really techie guy. He was kind of attempting to explain to the guy why, I think he said something about, I don't think it was JavaScript. I forgot what like back in tech program he was. I feel like it was JavaScript that he said, but either way, he was basically saying like this shouldn't be used for XYZ because of latency issues and stuff like that, just on a regular. And then Tradivate decides to like base their program off of this is why you have issues with the app, kind of thing. But yeah, some of those people were just, it just amazes me that KeAmber came in there, warned people like 4 times, here's FOMC coming, whatever. And then people trade and have issues and they're like, oh my God, why? Well, what do you guys expect? And then you have some people who are like, well, they're trying to say it's this particular thing, but this shouldn't matter because we're in sim environments. No, it does matter because their sim environments are meant to mimic the live environments. And then you have people like, well, on my live account, it didn't. Well, you're pretty crazy to gamble your money during FOMC on a live account as well. Like, let's not negate that fact. Okay, let's just not do it. But some of the issues that people had was just literally, you shouldn't be trading during that time. But there are people who have issues outside of the high impact news events, and as I've told you guys before, I don't think these people maintain their sim servers the way that they maintain their live servers. Now, like NinjaTrader, and certain brokers and even the platforms, like even when you go to NinjaTrader's website, they'll tell you that their sim environments are basically like exactly like their live environments. It's meant to mimic it. But not every prop firm does that. I don't know if they're able to choose when they partner with the broker. I don't know, because somebody even mentioned that some of the other prop firms have like admitted that their sim environments are not like the live environment. So I don't know. But yeah, Trenches, sometimes it was yesterday that you got timed out. Yeah. And see, you were talking about the issues well before FOMC. And for me, no matter if I am prompted to time people out for certain things, I typically don't. I'll time out people for being super inappropriate. Or if they're disrespecting other members, I don't care if it's just a regular member, a mod, whatever. If you're being super disrespectful, I'll time you out for that. And usually it's just for a day. I've never timed anybody out for a week except people who I'm timing out for a week because they're scammers and spammers, and that's what I'm supposed to do to get them to ban them. But I would never time people out because they're complaining about issues. I just won't. Because I don't think that you do yourself. I think you do yourself a disservice when you're silencing your customers when it comes to certain things. But at the same time, I will tell y'all, they know Rhythmic has issues. Like, they know Rhythmic is a problem. They do. They know Trade-of-8 can sprinkle in problems during the various slow times where we're not having Rhythmic issues. Then here comes Trade-of-8 with their issues. I think what's the most frustrating is the fact that these type of things are out of our control, and it's out of the control of Apex as well. They don't own the data, they don't own the servers, they don't own the platform, so I get it. But it's like, why can't y'all get y'all together? Oh, speaking of Rhythmic issues, so one of the other things that features that Joel is the owner of Affordable Indicators. But one of the other features that he put inside of his trade copier, because of the syncing issues with Rhythmic and the data problems, he literally said in the video, let's be honest, we all know Rhythmic has data issues. We all know this. So he has a feature on there where, like, if you're in a trade, right, and it goes past your take profit or your stop loss, doesn't matter which one, and on your screen it's still showing that you're in the in the trade, but you're actually technically not in the trade anymore. He has, like, there's a button that pops up, and it only pops up during this time, where you can click it and it'll basically resync everything, and it should be able to get you out of the trades without you having to close your platform and, you know, do all of that kind of stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. He just has a lot of great features. A lot of great features. Oh, that was the middle VWAP level. I'm like, why didn't I take that? Middle VWAP is there. But yeah, I just want Rhythmic to get it together, or I want Apex to figure out how to partner with CQG, please. CQG with NinjaTrader, though. I don't want no Trade-of-8 accounts. I just don't. I don't want to pay more to have CQG data, and I'm still going to use the same platform. That's all. But we'll see. All right, so that changed twice. They shut the chat down today. What did they do? Put like a 30-minute delay? Yeah, they like to slow down that chat, baby. Listen, they be coming in there. We're gonna slow it down to 5 minutes, slow it down to 10, slow it down to 20. Okay, wait a second. Okay. All right. Trenches, let me know that you're here. T-Money, I've been having issues with TradeAvate. I'm just trading off TradingView now. Sometimes it don't even show you still in the trade, but you're still in the trade. Let them tell it. Unemployment number blocking the trade. Would you shut up, Trenches? You are crazy. All right. So, be patient. Dang, they literally closed it. But it's back open though, right? This is why I don't be in the chat during the trading times. Okay, I'ma just let y'all know that TradeAvate is looking into it. Since I have a smaller base of people who are looking at my live, I'm gonna let y'all know that they are looking into it. They are. People still shouldn't be trading high impact news and all the other stuff, but I think they got enough evidence from people who don't typically complain, you know, because while y'all were not y'all, but you know, while TradeAvate people were in the chat saying that they were having issues, there were Rhythmic people coming in saying that they were having issues too, because they didn't realize that the people who were saying that were talking about TradeAvate. And one guy said that he had an issue and he didn't even freaking trade. Like, these people, and this is why I understand why they start slowing the chat down when certain issues happen, because you have people that are just literally jumping on the bandwagon and it's literally no point. Like, just be quiet. Like, even if I'm using Rhythmic, if I don't have issues, I will state like I did not have issues. But when I have issues, they know it's a problem. Because I don't complain about issues when other people do, because I do pay attention to my lag timer, because I do have 650 megabytes per second upload and download speed fiber internet, because I do have a computer with 64 gigs of RAM and an octa-core processor. So they know when I say something like, yo, it's valid, you might want to look into this. So but yeah, I can tell you they're looking into it. Because some of the bad feels that people were talking about really did not make sense. I'm not going to lie to you. But, I mean, some of the stuff is just like, why the hell did you even trade right there anyway? Like, come on. So, hopefully they can figure it out and they can implement a fix. And if, I can tell you this, if TradeAvate, it's just like with Rhythmic, if they do acknowledge that it was an error and they figured out what the error is and all that other stuff, I'm pretty sure Apex will make it right. I'm pretty sure they will. Because some people, I think, have even given them proof that they didn't have those same bad feels on their other prop accounts. Which sometimes when people say like, oh, there's an issue, but on my other props it's not, no, it still be issues there too, but you didn't trade there. But this seems to be an issue that's specifically related to the Apex server. So keep your fingers crossed that they acknowledge it and that they do right. Because I get it that, you know, it's still not on Apex, but you still forced people to have these particular options. So I think that it's unfair that you try to say that it's not your fault, because it's not. You don't own the data, you don't own the platforms, yes, but these are the options that you gave people, and it doesn't seem like these options are working very well. And it's why I hope they're looking for more options, please. I beg of you. Because what the fuck? So yeah. But let's see what they end up doing. Let us see. Don't want to take a sell here. I need to look because let's see. Need to look at my renewals. All right, account 21 is the one that renews. Is the one that renews on Monday. And then the next set is the 250Ks. So when does on the 9th. All right. Okay. So next week I need to basically make sure that the 250Ks are passed or failed by Friday. Since that one renews Monday. 1, 2, 3. So I'll start trading that the following week. Okay. Trying to like map out how these accounts are gonna be, how many I'm gonna have available to trade next week and stuff. So I will definitely have 3 available to trade next week, because the one account will be gone next week and it won't come back to the week of the 1st. All right. Good morning, Chuck Deezy. What is goody goody? I've never had goody goody before. I'm gonna assume that it's a great breakfast spot because you want pancakes. I've never heard of goody goody. I'm not really a foodie like that. My sister is, so if I asked her, she probably would say that she's been there before. I'm not a foodie like that though. Let's see, goody goody. Oh, Goody Cafe on Lindell. Oh yeah, that's probably why I never heard of it or been there. That's 30 minutes away. She don't drive 30 minutes for food. Let me see. No, that can't be what you're talking about. Goody Cafe is an Asian place. So what the heck you talking about? Whatever you talking about, they might be closed. On Natural Bridge? When I type in goody goody, all I see is Goody Cafe, and it's an Asian fusion cuisine on Lindell. And I definitely don't go to Natural Bridge, honey. I used to work over in that area, like off Arsenal and like Kings Highway around there. That was years ago. She don't do the city. I can't do it. I'm a county girl through and through. I wanted to break this level, guys. That'll change it back to an overall uptrend. And you can see that we have been resisting here. So the first level changed it to an uptrend, but we have to break the top of the zone too, which we just did. Great. Goody Goody Diner. I don't see. Let me go Google instead. Goody Goody Diner. Is it still open? Permanently closed. I never heard of it. And looking at the photos, I see why I've never been there. Just the surrounding area. I could tell you that's why I ain't never been there. But yeah, that says permanently closed. It doesn't say exactly when, but yeah. It's gone. Oh, it looks like they've been permanently closed since 2019. They had an overnight fire and they've been closed indefinitely since. Yep, April of 2019. So, baby, you wasn't getting no pancakes from there. They've been gone for 4 years, 5 years. So that lets me know how long it's been since you've been back. Can we break it? Can we break it? Oh my God. Not having a trade for an hour and a half is insanity. The market hates me. Take your pepper spray. That's why I've never been. Oh man, when I tell you, like when I was growing up, one of my grandparents, he still used to live in the city. And baby, whenever we had to go to the city, listen, it wasn't cute. At one point, like when I got old enough, I used to like lay on the floor of the back seat because I just never felt safe. And that's so horrible, but I never felt safe. And I remember one time we was driving and I forget what that main street was. It Broadway, Kings Highway, Natural. I feel like it was Kings Highway or Broadway. I can't remember. So we're driving down the main road and it could have been Kings Highway. Either way, there's a car, old school Cutlass, zooming through, going way over the speed limit. The guy is driving with his hood and his trunk up. Sir, how can you see? So we see him zoom past and I'm like, what is going on? Well, about 2 seconds later, we figured out exactly why. Somebody was chasing him in their car and shooting at him. That's why he had the hood and the trunk up. I said, you know what? I don't need to frequent these parts anymore. Because no. What the hell is going on? So that was one of the last times I was in the city. And then some years later, my grandpa ends up moving in with us because he was very sick and he was dying. So then it was like no more city for us. But baby, and it's so funny because when I was younger and, very immature, I used to be like, I asked my parents, like, why are people running red lights? Why are they not stopping at that stop sign? What is going on here? Why do these people not follow the rules? So when I was working off of Arsenal, I worked overnight. So, when I'm coming in at nighttime, everything is cool. But during certain times of the year, I'm getting off at 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. And it's still dark out. Let me tell you something. The only time I've ever run red lights, turn right on red, run stop. Well, I ain't really run stop signs or even run red lights. But baby, I sit there and if you tell me I can't go, I'm going to go. Like, it ain't like I just zoom through them. You know what I'm saying? I just use it as a little pause. I was following the rules until one morning. I'm sitting there at a stop sign. No, I was at a light and you could not turn right on red because of how the bend was to the left. You can't really see. So I'm just sitting there, whatever. And I'm very aware of my surroundings. I don't care if I'm in the city, county, I don't care. So I just noticed this dark figure walking up the sidewalk. He probably wasn't going to bother me. I don't know. But because I don't know, baby, I left. Shh. And if the cops would have pulled me over, I would have just gave them my ID. Here, sir. Look at where I'm from. I don't feel comfortable. If I got to get a ticket because I ran this light, just give it to me. I'd rather have a ticket than not have my life because I sat here and this dark figure was walking up towards this intersection. This is what it is. Shit, I don't care. But I worked down there for 5 years, and baby, I was so happy when I got up out of there because I just don't like driving in the city. You see some crazy stuff. I remember one time I was on the highway getting off at King's Highway. There was this guy on the side of the road with a sign up asking for help. He had on a fresh Jordan shirt, some fresh Jordans, some, I forget, it wasn't Gerbo jeans. I can't remember what kind of jeans this guy was fresh. His braids was fresh, and he was holding his sign while talking on his cell phone. Sir, why is you out here playing with people? I'm gonna need you to not look so fresh if you want people to help you. I said, I gotta get up out of here. Because these people down here are crazy. I love my people, but the city is just, maybe not for me. It's just not. I definitely am waiting for a pullback. I definitely am. She'll have me what? I'll be listening in on my grandma conversations. She be telling on me that people be snitching. So I can't take the sell because we be going back towards the top of that zone. And it's kind of pushed too hard up off of it anyway for my liking. So we'll see if we can get a pullback in the next 22 minutes and see. But it's looking like today just might end how yesterday did. Almost the exact same P&L actually. Almost the same P&L. Which is not really bad considering my first 3 trades I lost. And with the little minor adjustment about not taking any trades no matter what the bias is, no trades if the minor bias changes twice from the first swing to my entry swing. If it changes twice, no trades. That would take 1 loss out of there, which would make me basically break even. So that makes me happy. Because every day since last Monday were profitable days with the adjustments that I've made. So if I have a break even day here and there, even if it's just once every 2 weeks, I can dig that. Even if I have a lost day once every 2 weeks, I can dig that as well. But even considering, I don't mind this lost day at all. I want to, wait, can I do that? I should be able, wait, I don't think I downloaded it actually. Active 1 hour ago. Why you ain't messaged me? Oh, he was active before I messaged him. Wait, who got off? Oh, he did. He did. Alright, I'm gonna download the trade copier. But I'm not going to I guess I could install it. And I could play around with it on some sim accounts. At this time, we do not have a support team in place to help our customers with Ninja script errors. However, we continually updating the resolve Ninja script errors page. Alright, let's download it. Why? Oh. Now wait a minute. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. And then I need to download the user manual, which I already watched the video, so I already know how to set it up and stuff. Let's see, accounts dashboard. Oh, we got a pullback. I heard a bell. See if we get a reversal. If we reverse in this bar, I will be entering the trade. See if we can get a push up off the VWAP and my minor levels right below it. Do you not want to push, darling? One more tick and it'll secure the break even at least. Please don't fail me now. It's trying to stay above this prime high right here. Don't break even. Go one more tick. What the hell? What's wrong with you? You don't want to do this to me. Y'all, I waited all this time for a break even. What the? Oh my god. It took from 8:57 to 10:44 to have another valid trade, and it comes one tick from take profit and says, screw you, girl. You don't get to be break even today. You're going to end this day negative. The market just hates me. It just hates me, that's all. It just hates me. And I don't understand why. Jesus. It's probably your Uncle Earl in that car. You're crazy. Pepper spray is for waiters when they get your order wrong and want to fight. Sounds like a Waffle House. Sounds like Waffle House. You need Tesla to run though. It's still hanging at 175. Turning 175 into resistance. Short term, not looking good. I want to see 174. June call 180. Y'all are talking about options. Is that what y'all talking about? Y'all, I cannot believe I waited all that time for a damn break-even trade. I just can't believe it. We're having trouble clearing this prime high right here. couldn't take the divergence trade, unfortunately. The market really just gave me a royal FU. That could, just one little tick. Just one. I didn't ask for much, right? Just one. The market said I will end this day red. It's punishing me. I definitely don't. These two swing levels were weak. This first swing level was weak. This second one is weak as well. So let's see what we do from here. We did create a lower low right here, so even if we create some higher high divergence, I can't take it because the middle is a lower low. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ten. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm trying to figure out when this thing considers something being a prime high. I think it's based on how many bars are in that swing. That's why this one isn't considered one. But I don't know how many bars it is. It's probably somewhere in my settings. I really thought we had enough steam to break this one for that one little last tick. But we did not. All right. Oh, we got 10 minutes. I could delete that as well. All right, let's see if in the next 10 minutes we get the pullback for the buy. It'll be my alternate pullback since it started with the lower low. If it ever decides to come back down. All right, I need to download this manual real quick. Alright, that's like 14 pages. Alright. I'm going to... Where's the window? Oh, right there. There is news at 11 o'clock. Duplicate account actions. This one. Yes, replace it. Oh. I won't be able to see the trade copier until I close NinjaTrader down. But I'll probably play around with Sim for a little bit today and see if I want to start using it tomorrow. I mean, I still have the Apex copier and that's fine. But since it puts everything in one place for me, I might just try to use it tomorrow. Especially if I don't get any issues with being on this lower NinjaTrader version. Where's the dashboard? Okay, we got a pullback. I don't want it to be a 1 bar, but all right. Uh-oh. I pulled back too far. Well, technically not. It'll pull back too far if the entry would be below 691. That's when it'll technically be too far, which it looks like it's probably gonna do. Or maybe not. I don't even know if I want to take it. I feel like, yes, not gonna clear it. Once it pulled back to like here, I just had a feeling it wasn't gonna reverse up in time anyway, so yeah, we wait. I'm just glad I had enough patience to sit through the market this week. There was nothing forced, just trades that just didn't work out because my rules weren't all the way right yet, mainly on Tuesday. Like Tuesday, almost every single trade I took that day, whether it was before the stream or on the stream, almost every single one is now invalidated. Every single one. Besides the ones that I won, just all the losses basically were mitigated now. It's a good call as long as Elon doesn't Elon and mess things up. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I do want to see feel like that pullback that I was waiting on, that I would have gotten into, I wonder if I have to treat that one like I do my regular pullback, where it can only pull back so far before it invalidates itself, even if it still touches my minor level. W. What is this? I only got 15 seconds left before I gotta get off, since it's news coming at 11. I was actually wondering if this bar was gonna close down before then, like with enough time to give it time to work, because if I would have gotten into it right at 10:59, I would have had to break even anyway, since news is coming. But it never even worked out. So let me show you guys the accounts dashboard. Probably tomorrow when I show you guys, I'll have the trade copier activated on it too, because it all works from the same, hold on, it all works from the same window. I'll be able to show that. Mine won't be, as he has a lot of features you can turn on and off, and because I don't cross between minis and micros and double contracts on one account versus another, I'm gonna have the simplistic version of his trade copier. But anyway, so this is where the accounts are. Like I said, I almost lost this account earlier. Like the first trade that I was in after I lost the first three, had it had just a little bit more drawdown, I would have lost that account. So it survived, but I told you guys on Monday, I'm going to fail that account on purpose on Friday anyway. So we're just closer to being able to fail it. And maybe since I only have $236 in it, I won't accidentally pass that one. The other one, I just had way too much drawdown left in it because my balance was back right. But anyway, so the first and fifth accounts, the 50K account, fourth account, the 50K accounts, those need to pass or fail by next Friday. And then the first 25K account that's listed right there, that one needs to do the same basically. So yeah, this is where we are heading into tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It was a little bit better volatility today versus, I would say Monday was the best day as far as volatility goes. Tuesday wasn't the greatest. Wednesday was just literally nothing since FOMC. I actually expected there to be better movement today, but it was not. So hopefully we get more movement Friday so I can really put my strategy to the test. That would be nice, but we'll see. So I hope you guys enjoyed. No, trenches, we ain't gonna pass it like the other. I want to fail it. I ain't want to pass the other one. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please thumbs up the video on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, guys.